Yo, 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 what's going on, my people? It's your girl, Ryder Creator, coming back with another one. Uh, it's been a long time. I wanted to talk about uh, Rob Ryder and his wife, their deaths, who did it, how I knew who did it from the minute I found out about it. I just didn't even know they had kids or anything. But yeah, and I also want to make this come full circle and connect this with John Amos's death. If you don't know who John Amos is, that's James Evans from Good Times. You know, remember damn James? That guy. Okay? So that is Black America's dad. Okay, that's the real dad. That's not the ideal dad. That's the real dad. That's how our real dads carry themselves. Like for real. Okay. So so let me get started. Shout out to my eye. You see that? So anyway, so I wanted to get started. I was trying to find a picture to put up here, but I'm not putting up no pictures until I find the picture that I had first saw. So I'll find it in one way or another. I'm going to find it. So with the whole situation, I had just found this out like anywhere between 12 and 3 in the morning. I can't remember. 12 or 3 in the morning. I didn't even know this happened. Forgive me, I'm a little stopped up. My whatever. I don't know if it's allergies, if it's just a change in the weather constantly. I don't really know what's going on, but my nose is stopped up. So anyway, so excuse me for a second. I'm just taking a sip of water. So let's get started. I found out about this about 12, between 12 and 3 a.m. this morning. And I'm like, what? Because the way I found out about it, I don't remember who I saw it on first, but they said Rob Ryder and wife found deleted by knife wounds. And I'm like, what? So so I went and clicked on. I don't know if it was a store or if it was somebody else because I watched a couple of things so talking about it. So but it very well could have been Storm. That might be where I first found out about it because I believe that might be where I saw this picture. So anyway, I don't know if it was Storm or was it the actual site of TMZ or whatever. So uh I was looking at the pictures of Rob and Michelle Ryder, and I gotta fix her name because it's not spelled. I had put a hashtag, but I gotta fix the name because she only spells it with one L. So anyway, so it said that Rob and Michelle Ryder it had them, and then they had their 3 kids that they had together. So I don't even remember what was being discussed, but it was just showing a picture of them and their 3 kids, right? This is before I know what happened. I'm just hearing about it. I turn on the channel. So next thing you know, I turn it on and I look at the picture that's up there and it had Nick in the middle. It had, oh God, I feel like it was 5 people in this picture. And I thought it was Michelle, Rob, Nick. I don't remember who the second person is. The other person after Nick going towards the right. I don't know who that was. And then it was maybe it was their sister by Rob and Michelle. Maybe they got a sister from Rob and Michelle. Do they? No. So it's 3 boys? So it yeah, no, they do have a sister. So it was Ruby, so or something like that. Ruby, Rummy, something. I can't remember. So it's Nick, and then it's something with an R, a female, I believe, with an R name, and I can't remember the name. But then it was the baby child, which was Jake, I believe. This is how it looks to me, because in the picture, I feel like that was one of the more recent pictures when uh not as recent as what happened to them, but I feel like it was more recent pictures. So when the recent pictures show up, I'm a person that read pictures. I don't know if y'all know that about me, but I told y'all that before. I read pictures. So when the picture popped up first, when they said that these people deleted, I said, "Oh no!" I said, "Do they have kids?" This what I said. I said, "Do they have kids?" And they said, and the ancestors say yes. And I said, they kid did this. Because who else would know they comings and goings to know when you could go up there and take them out? They kid did this, and it was because, and look, I ain't even know the nothing. I ain't see no kid yet. I ain't know nothing but just the fact that they had kids. I said they kid did this because who else would know the comings and goings? And then I said it is probably because uh did I say that right then and there too? Yeah. So I said it's probably because they was trying to shake down their parents and their parents cut them off and they snapped because they so entitled to feel like they're entitled to whatever their parents got. And no, you're not entitled to nothing your parents got. That's your parents' money. If they wanted to go and leave this earth and not leave you a damn dime, they could have did that. That's well within their rights. Because you didn't earn that money. They did. Okay? So look, so I said it was because he tried to shake his parents down one time too many, and they was pissed off, and they cut him off, and they said, "This is today. This stops now." Right? So yo, I next time I come back, I'm gonna try to remember to come on here just to practice uh how to use this stuff because I really wanted to pull up something, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read it off of here. I'm gonna read it off of here because more stuff was divulged. So, like I was saying, I knew that it was one of the kids that did it from the instant I heard what happened because don't nobody else know your comings and goings and how you move in the world like your children or somebody that's extremely close to you, like somebody in your family that come and see you damn near daily. Because there's no way they would know when you be home and when you're not going to be home. But I knew it was over money situation. I knew it was over this kid being entitled, feeling entitled and mad because he could not take money from the parent or whatever. So I knew all of this stuff. So as I said this is like the first maybe 5 minutes of the first thing I saw. I don't remember if it was Storm, but I kind of do believe it was Storm that I saw first. So I knew it was all of these things. So then when the person, either Storm or TMZ, put up the picture of the five people, it was Michelle, Rob, uh, Nick, the child that's the daughter with the R name, or it could be a son. Is it a son or is it three sons? No, no, no. Okay, it is a daughter. Okay, so a daughter with the R name. I can't remember her name. Ruby, Rummy, something like that, or something unusual. But anyway, then after that, it was the baby child, Jake. That's his name. So when I see Jake, all right, so I first seen Nick, the person that popped out at me first. I told y'all I read pictures. So the person that popped out at me first was Nick. I said, he looked devious. He looked devious. He looked like this is what I said about Nick. I said he looked devious and he looked like he always got an evil plan stirring. He always looked, no, I said he looked sinister. That's what I said. He looked sinister. And he looked like he always got a devious plan plot plotting in his mind or whatever. And then when I got to the boy on the end, I said, he looked disheveled. He looked like he on drugs. Look, I'll be the judge they kids like that, but that's the gift I got to be able to read through a picture, people, and things that other people think they are hiding well. I just see right through to it. And that's just what it is. So I didn't know I was picking out the Killer. Okay. I didn't know that at this time. But that's what I was doing when I said he looked sinister and he looked devious. I wish I could have that picture because I'm not going to put up no picture with this until I find that particular picture because that is the one that I picked out the Killer. Didn't even know that's what I was doing. So anyway, so so then I started asking questions like, is that so when they say so uh Storm or someone else, I don't remember which one it was, but I know they pulled up something that was telling them that one of the family members could have been involved. But I had already knew all that. I mean, just from the hearing of it, I knew nobody could get that close to somebody and know where they gonna be at. Their comings and goings like that as a family member. Maybe some type of maid staff, but I don't think they got all that. I don't know. Something just tells me they don't have all that. If they do, they don't have all that every day. They're not like that. Right. They don't. They said they don't. So anyway, um, I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to get this out there, the story out there. It is such a shame that these kids, what is wrong with these damn kids that feel like they're entitled to their parents' wealth? That shit is not cool. So also, I want to get to another part of the article where, let me see if I can find this because, let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. Oh, I don't know if you can hear my phone moving. But I want to see if I can get to. Yes, this is what I wanted to read about. Okay, so I wanted to read y'all something because it's more stuff that was like actually being divulged as the day went on. So I was looking for that picture before I went live, and hold up, let me make sure this is plugged in. Cause hold up, 1 second, I don't want to lose my power or my live stream. Hold up. Okay. Let me get that together. Get it together. So anyway, that's for the movie buffs. What was that from? And I give y'all 100 points. So anyway, so I wanted to read this because what the hell is this? Okay, so I wanted to read this because this seems very interesting. And I don't like the picture they using for this young man because they're using a picture where he was like 20. That's not a fair representation of him to show who he is or how he become. And so that's why I'm glad I wouldn't have seen it if I was looking at this picture. I see that he is a little disheveled, a little disgruntled, and a little resentful in this, but I don't think it's because he hates anyone or something. He might hate the fact that one of his siblings is favored more than the other or something. But that's as far as they go with the picture they show it all the time now. And he looks like he's like 20 there. But the picture I seen yesterday, he looked about 35, but he was only 32. But he looked about 30 something, and it was then his sister in the middle, and then in the middle of the kids, and then it was his baby brother on the end at the right. So yeah, well I assume it's his baby brother because he looks way younger than him. But anyway, this is the good stuff that I wanted to get to right here. So I was looking for that picture that I want to put up. I'm going to find a picture, but I was looking for that, and I came across this thing right here. They said Rob Reiner and his son Nick in a heated argument at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. Rob and Michelle Reiner's MURDER's Rob and son Nick in heated argument at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. All right, they said that twice. Rob Reiner, his wife Michelle, and their son Nick attended Conan O'Brien's Christmas party Saturday night. At the party, Rob and Nick got into a very loud argument, loud enough for many others to hear. Reiner family sources tell TMZ this. We're told Rob and Michelle then left the party. We do not know if Nick left as well. This is a report from TMZ that the argument between Rob and Nick before the so it was they try to TMZ try to take credit for being the first people to say that Rob and Nick had a loud argument before the MURDERs. That's why I said ooh. But anyway, our family sources add Michelle had been anguishing to friends over the last few months that she and Rob were at the wits' end over Nick's mental illness and alleged substance abuse issues. Yeah, and I said that too. I said when I first heard it, I said probably over drugs. I did say that. I don't know why, but I just had a feeling it was like that's what he wanted the money for. And he tried to sell some lies to his parents like it's for something important, but it's only for that substance abuse issues and alleged substance abuse issues, and did not know what to do with their son Nick, saying we've tried everything. That's a shame. As you know, the legendary actor, director, and his wife were found in their LA area house Sunday with their throats slit. Nick was arrested Monday morning and booked for homicide. He's held on $4 million bail. So I already knew all this. I don't even know how I knew all this, but I just be seeing stuff. Not only do I see stuff in the pictures to read the situation, but that's what made sense to me. When I heard this happen, the only person that would have known they coming and goes like that would have been their child. So, is there anything else that y'all need me to ask to get um Rob Reiner's ooh Rob Reiner's. I don't even want to ask Carl Reiner what he got to say because it's gonna be harsh. I already know that he was a no holds barred type of person. When he speak from the gut. Okay, but uh, is there anything else that I need to ask or that y'all feel needs to be told that was not told? No. And I'm so sorry. I'll send my condolences out to their family, to everybody who knew them, who was related to them. And it's such a shame that their lives were ended in such a tragic, horrible, horrifying, ridiculous way. Because why would you do that to your own parents? Like, what an ass. And what a sick, twisted, privileged, self centered, narcissistic, thinking the world revolves around you and that your parents supposed to be there to run up to you at your every beck and call to give you everything that you need. Anytime you need somebody that they should run up and give it to you. How ridiculous is that? It is such a shame that they spoiled, entitled, brat, horror show of a child took their life. I'm so sorry that's how y'all left this earth. Especially knowing that they probably gave and not just the even the fact that he said his last one of his last words was saying we tried everything. But I don't even feel like that. They tried to give their kids the world. I could just tell. They spoiled them kids. Anything they wanted, they got. If they worked, if they worked hard at school and this and that, then they did their part and they gave them whatever they wanted. And now, because you're out of school, you're supposed to be living your own life. Now you still acting like that spoiled little child that is expecting to be rewarded for whatever because you ain't did shit worth rewarding. But but it's expected to still get the rewards like you 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. No, you like 32, fool. So I want to say something about that. I felt some type of way about this. I don't understand what's up with these little spoiled, privileged kids that think they are entitled to their parents' money like it's theirs. And I don't know why he just thought in the spare of the moment. But now he gonna have his whole entire life to think in the spare of the moment. And if they let that boy free, God help him. I hope they don't let that boy free. He being held on $4 million bail right there. So I don't think they try to let him free. So anyway, and he ain't entitled to none of that money. If they left him money because he the person that took them out of here, he ain't entitled to none of that money. That shit is null and void. He don't get none of that. Bypass his ass, and it goes to the rest of the kids. And that's what he get. You so busy being greedy for the right now, you just fucked yourself out of your whole entire future life plans of money. Yup, I'm sure those parents left their kids well set up, including him. And his dumb ass trying to be greedy doing that just to steal a couple of $100, maybe a couple $1,000 from the house, just to steal a couple of things that might be worth a couple thousand, and now you done got disinherited from your parents' will and estate now because of what you did, you idiot. That's a shame for that man to live all these years on the earth, and then that's how he go out. He seems like a dynamic person. I really like him as a person. I don't feel like I feel like he was a perfect balance. To know who his father is, not trying to, and it's no offense to Carl Reiner, but just like I said, he shoots straight from the gut. So he can be a lot to handle sometimes. And with that in mind, his probably between the balance of his mother and his father, he became this balanced energy person. And for him to be such a great, that's what I feel like. I feel like he got a little bit of his father. He got a sense of humor of his father, maybe the sarcasm of his father, but to a degree, not to the degree that his father does. He had to reel his own father in. Like, he's the voice of balance and the voice of reason. You know what I'm saying? Because of the two parents he had that both put in to raise him, he became a fine individual. And I just every time I ever seen that man, I love who he is. And it's such a shame that a man that beautiful should have and a woman that beautiful probably too. I don't think he would be that beautiful and be married to a person that was horrible. I don't think so. And so it's a shame that the man that beautiful and his wife, which is his reflection, that they had to leave this world in such a fashion after all them giving their blood, sweat, and tears to this child and all of their children. And this is how you repay them. So anyway, I'm so sorry. And I hope one day y'all will be able to find peace. Cause I know it ain't today. And I know it ain't yesterday. And I just know it's gonna be quite a journey. But I hope with patience, with prayer, with people holding your hands, trying to usher y'all into the light and to understand the beauties and the joys of it. I hope y'all could actually get to a place where y'all could be happy and not always think of the horror that your son did to y'all. I'm so sorry this happened to y'all, and it couldn't happen to two better people. I'm so sorry. But, so that's what I needed to say to them. And so now, with that being said, now I want to get on John Amos. I was supposed to be doing this piece about John Amos. I think it was Thursday or Friday, but I didn't get around to it, and I kept like not getting around to it. And I feel like it was for this reason right now, because this matches exactly what happened to Rob Reiner. I just wanted to. I don't know if I actually did a piece on John Amos individually, but I know I might have talked about a little bit, but not enough. So let me go back to his situation. So John Amos, it was announced that he had passed away. Let's just say it was in September, right? John Amos, I don't even think it was like that. So I'm gonna say it was September. So John Amos was announced that he passed away in August. In September, it took his family, the son that he lived with, or that lived with him, to announce his dad's death a year later. I mean, not a year later. Forgive me. I got too hyped. A month later, like a whole month later, and then that's how he does that. Like that was so tacky to me. Give me a second. I gotta get some more water. Hold up. This stuff is bothering me. The weather. So his son announced that he passed away of natural causes um a month after he died. Now, who does that? First, especially if it's a celebrity. This is America's real father. You know how they be always say, oh, Bill Cosby was America's father. No, he was not. James Evans was America's father. Black America's father. Everybody know a father like James Evans. And that's how our fathers, so like, yeah, I had to take that out on your ass. Yeah, that's how our fathers was. Okay. That's how our fathers was. It was just the real truth. That's how our fathers was. So, so James Evans passed away. I think at the age of 82, if I remember right, and they announced this in September about him passing away in August, and they waited a whole month to tell the world that he passed away of natural causes. Now that seemed real shifty and shady to me. So that made me start asking questions. I thought that son was shady as well. So so I started asking questions, and I said, "Did James? I mean, did I might have called him James Evans because either one, that's how the world look at him as James Evans, even though his name John Amos." Okay, so I said, "Did John Amos really pass away of natural causes?" And they said no, because I didn't believe that. It just was too sketchy. The details and everything around it, it just sounded real suspect. Like, why did you wait a whole month to tell the world that our father, James Evans, Black America's father, passed away? Why did you wait a whole month to say so? And then had the nerve to try to say it's of natural causes. How will we ever know it's of natural causes? You made sure it was long after anybody could look at too how he died. And he probably did that with his own family because they lived together. So John Amos probably let his son stay with him. I don't think he went to stay with his son. Oh, damn. Damn. I don't know who that is. But anyway, so let me turn this down. Let me turn this. Served by the thing on. That's right. I was supposed to do that before I forgot. You heard the ancestors hit me and say, "Yeah, you forgot." Yo, yes, I did forget, y'all. So anyway, what was I saying about John Amos? As if they try to call me back, then they gonna get to vibrate. So anyway, so John Amos' son, like I was saying, why did he wait a whole month? That was just the most suspect thing in the first place. That's what made me start asking questions because I ain't buying none of that. How you gonna tell us it's natural causes? We would never even be able to know if it really was natural causes or if it wasn't. And how you gonna wait a whole month to tell us that? I just really had a problem with that. And I thought something was really, really fishy about that. And I know he probably did this to his own family. That's what I was saying before the phone rang. He probably did this to his own family. So he probably kept his father's death away from his own family for a certain amount of time. I'm telling you. And I remember one of the kids or one of the family members had a problem with this son being just with their dad and almost estranging them. I don't know if he was policing them having access to their dad. Was that true, John Amos? Yup. He said that's what the son was doing. He was policing them having access to their father. He been doing that. And that's why I remember one of his kids spoke out about the way that they was, I don't know if it was like ostracized or I don't know. I just know it has something to do with that son that lived with John Amos. And so then that made me start asking more questions. And I said, uh, so he said he didn't die of natural causes. So then I asked him, was he murdered? And he said yes. I can't remember how, but we can ask right now. So how exactly did you leave this earth? Okay. Was it from some type of violence? No. It was from, was you drugged? That's what I thought it was. So he spiked his whatever. It could have been his food. It could have been his what he spiked? His food, his drinks. Yeah, so he spiked his drinks. I don't even know. Let me ask this to get more specific. Did he spike your regular water drinks like orange juice or something like that? Yeah. So he was spiking this man drinks. He was spiking this man drinks, tried to take him out until he passed away. And then who knows how he handled that because he the person that gets the right to say whether he should have an autopsy or not. And so he just said, no, let him be at peace and all that foolishness. But he really didn't die of natural causes. And that's what he tried to represent when it was all a lie. So anyway, that's food for thought because this fool, I can't remember the son name. I should look up and see if I can find the son name because it's the one that stayed with John Amos. That's the one who did this to him. I'm gonna see if I can find his name. What son announced? What son? Matter of fact, what son announced John Amos's death? His son Kelly. Is that the one who did it? Yup. So his son Kelly is the one who we should be looking at sideways, and he kept trying to police his other brothers and sisters from having access to his father, and he did not die. John Amos did not die of natural causes, and he just kept it away from us long enough where we couldn't even look into it if we wanted to. And so that's what I wanted to say. That's what I came to say. I wanted to make sure that, and when I find the pictures that I was talking about in the beginning of this piece, then I will come back and post, well, not come back on the live, but come back to the piece and put the pictures that I wanted up here. But until I find this picture that I have read this man's face through, I'm not putting up no picture to this until I find that specific picture so y'all can know what I'm talking about. When I say it, y'all can come back out and look at the picture and say, "Oh, yeah, I see what she's talking about." Because I want y'all to get good at the gifts that I have as well. All of y'all was born with gifts from God as well. Y'all just don't use them, and y'all just been trained to think that they sins, and they're not. They were given to you by God to protect you. They were given to you by God so you could see through people's bullshit. That's why it was given to you. And they were given to you by God to protect others around you. So that's all I have to say about all of that. And I'm so sorry to John Amos that he had to go out. He lived all them years. He was like 82 or something. And, and he lived all them years. And let me see how old he was. Mm, you don't say how old he was. Wait a minute. Maybe it did. Family conflict. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The delayed announcement. They said a family conflict and Casey's handling of the situation sparked a legal battle and accusations of elder abuse from the sister shared the reports. That's right. That's right. Because it was more than elder abuse. He was policing how they when they come and see him and everything. So yeah, I was looking for how old he was when he passed away, but I guess it didn't tell me. They still fight over that estate, and they should be. And I believe, and that man and that son took him out. Kelly. That's who it is. That's exactly who it is. Uh huh. October 1st, 2024, a month after John. So it was October, and then so it was over. But he announced it October the 1st, and John had died on August the 21st. Oh shit, that's my uncle's birthday. So he died on August the 21st from congestive heart failure, as they say. But I don't think he died in no hospital. And John is saying that's not what he died from. Because see, when you leave this earth, you can go back and see what happened to you. Especially if something janky happened to you, somebody's trying to set you up, or something like that happened. You could go back and see what really happened when you were on the other side. And it's nothing for you to do that. And you'll find out everybody involved and who was wrong and what they actually did. Even if you was oblivious before, you will know that. So that's it. That's all. I was trying to find out how old he was when he passed because I know he was in his 80s. But that's okay. We don't need to know. I think he was 82 or 83, but he could have been older. Either way, um, I'm sorry that he had to lead us a world in that way. He did not deserve that. The way that he was kept away from his other children, it was wrong. And everything that is done in the dark will always come out to the light. God don't hide no secrets. And God is not forgiven when you have malicious intent. So everything that he did is going. Every dog gonna have a day. You hear the ancestors going off over here? Uh huh. Yup. Every dog will have a day. And I hope you will get to a place where you be able to find peace too. Um, America's daddy. You Black America's daddy. And I hope that one day you will be able to be peaceful all the time and don't have to resort back to that tumultuous time and let it take away your joy in the light. But so that's it, and that's all I wanted to come to y'all about. Everything uh that I wanted to talk about today. I was supposed to be talking about John Amos again. I was just gonna do one story on him on Thursday or Friday, but once the Rob Reiner stuff happened, it all ties together, and maybe that's why I didn't do it until today. So everything happened for a reason. So, um, I just wanted y'all to know what I came up with and what I found out from the ancestors or what I found out from um, their ancestors and so on and so forth. Um, I don't know when I'll be back, but thank you for the people that pulled up and came and spent time with me. I appreciate your presence. It was thoroughly appreciated. And if you wish to contact me for any reason, my email is listed in the description. If you wish to support the platform, the Cash App is scrolling across the bottom. Um, if you wish to book a reading, my email is listed in the description box. And I think that's everything. And I love you guys. You were a pleasure. Mwah. Peace.